What's going on, everybody? Super Saiyan Paul here, back at it again with another video today. We got some breaking news and information from the Dragon Ball Super realm, and there is going to be a bit of spoilers in this video, so make sure if you guys don't want to be spoiled, click off of the video right now. We're about to dive headfirst into this. This is your spoiler warning. While you guys are waiting, make sure you guys smash that like button for me, subscribe, as well as turn on notifications to be updated on all latest news and information updates. So, a bombshell announcement came out today, guys. What we found out is that Gogeta is actually just as strong as Vegito. So what this means is that both Gogeta and Vegito this entire time have actually been just as strong as one another. It's just Gogeta took a lot longer to get into canon. So what I see from this is, first of all, Akira is trying to play both sides. They're trying not to nerf Gogeta and trying to keep Vegito fans happy, because if they made one stronger than the other, it's always been this huge debate for years and years and years on end with who's the more powerful warrior. And they had two different movesets and all of this, and before Dragon Ball Super existed, Vegito was technically the stronger one by far. A lot of people used to still debate that Gogeta could take him on with his moveset and stuff like that, because of the video games and the movies and all the stuff he used on Janemba and stuff like that. But that's not the case. It's always really been Vegito being the definite stronger one, because even if they're evenly matched, the Potaras were forever, and the Gogeta's fusion, depending on how much power they output, it would dissolve. But what we saw later on in Dragon Ball Super during that Black arc is that some of those concepts made its way into Vegito's character, where if you weren't a Supreme Kai or anything like that, your fusion's going to dissolve. And not only that, when you use too much ki in Super Saiyan Blue, your fusion's going to dissolve even faster. So it's really gotten nerfed. I'd got to say that Vegito got nerfed heavily. So now it's almost as if they really are on a level playing field. However, Gogeta is still weaker than Vegito in my opinion, because what we've seen so far, unless they change this later on from the time of this video, is that Vegito still has an hour time limit around approximately that. Even if like there's a power output thing that might drain that and stuff like that, but 1 hour for Vegito with the Potaras, easier way to fuse, and it's not requiring the dance or anything like that. Gogeta, on the other hand, his is half an hour. You have to do the dance, and it's limited to people, I mean, unless they change this, it's limited to people in the like similar body type that you have and stuff like that, or similar amount of power. That was the requirements for the original fusion, and one of the reasons why Goten and Trunks were the first people to display that, which was brilliant writing back in the day. But with these things being said, both of them being on a level playing field, this puts basically fusion in their arsenal with two different movesets, with two different characters with the same power level. That's what I see here, and since they're in the same power level rank, this brings to question, this is their trump card, what they're calling it, and what are they going to do with this character later on? Because now they have the endgame Ultra Instinct, and they also have fusion, either one at their disposal. Who could possibly come in here and stop this? We've seen Gotenks literally get punched out of fusion, so will that ever happen to these guys, or will something else happen down the line where they're going to have to require this to fight maybe Whis or something? Because what I see here is that Gogeta is going to be so powerful that it's starting to reach that territory. I've called this over and over again, because with how many people we've seen them triumph and get further and further beyond, they're in the God of Destruction realm. They're going to be moving to the Angels soon, and the Priest and Whis, I gotta say, are on the list. And I gotta say, I mean, not right away. We have the Prison Planet arc thing coming up, or the Prisoner arc coming up, and that arc, I still see them struggling with their enemy. I don't see them using fusion or anything right away, and if anything, they would drag that out. But I think maybe in 50 episodes into whatever they reboot here, or maybe even 100, Whis has to be on the chopping block. I think they would have to be able to at least land a punch on this guy. After how many years have we seen this character, and they still haven't landed a punch? Remember, even though Dragon Ball Super only came out a few years ago, Whis and Beerus have been in continuity since 2013 when the movie came out. So that's 5 years. Moving on to 6 when Dragon Ball Super movie Broly comes out in the US, which is January next year. So that's going to be an interesting take on what's about to happen here. And not only that, if they do take like maybe 100 episodes to punch Whis and actually get a hit on him, that's looking at a year or two. So years and years and years on end until they finally actually do something to Whis. I haven't seen this guy get hurt ever, and to finally see them actually take him on, because they've been sparring with him since the beginning, like since Frieza's arc, and they're going to try to attempt that again in Broly, with Broly being the one to attack him and still having no chance whatsoever. So it's showing a constant level of power scaling here, but the one that's going to really set in stone where they are is when they actually manage to defeat Beerus. And when they actually do that, that shows you, hey, definitively we're stronger than Beerus, but we're not as strong as the Angels, and we're moving right there because we're in the in-between. And they did state that in the Broly movie, that Goku states that Broly is stronger than Beerus, or maybe stronger than Beerus, but I think at this point it has to be stronger than Beerus. But Vegito and Gogeta, if they were to fight one another, I would have to say Vegito is stronger, and I think he would be the likely candidate they would have to use to take on Whis. I feel like Gogeta has been probably the best fan service they've had to do for a while. A long cope to Broly there, because that's fan service to a person like me who love both characters, and they wrote him in a way where they did not nerf him whatsoever. Because if you think about it, if they had went into this movie thinking that, hey, Gogeta is the weaker fusion and by far from Vegito, and they're not equal in power, then it makes no sense as to why they make such a... That would actually nerf from Broly as well, because it's like, hey, we're not going all out against you. This is a way of making Gogeta popular, selling his action figures, saying that they're going all out just with lesser time, and showing us where they stand against Whis. We don't know exactly what that's going to be because of this movie, but we do know that it may be stronger than Beerus at this point in time. So let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Do you guys agree with this? Do you guys not agree? I think this is a really big debate that's going to be having to go on for a while here, because a lot of people were saying that, hey, I mean, maybe because of the Goku Black arc, they didn't know how to use Super Saiyan Blue that well. That's why they weren't able to sustain the fusion with the Potaras. But now, after the Tournament of Power and everything, they may have a lot more ki control, thus extending the fusion and time in Super Saiyan Blue while in that form. So, what do you guys think? Do you guys agree with me here? And I honestly gotta say, I would say that Vegito and Gogeta are stronger than Broly, stronger than Beerus, maybe not stronger than... are on par with whatever the next big enemy is, but I don't think they're as strong as Whis. Maybe if they were to be pitted against Whis, they would still get decimated, but maybe land a punch. I think they still have a ways to go, and I gotta say, if I was to pick between one of the two, I would still pick Vegito as my go-to. Remember, it's an hour-long fusion, and even if it's drained downwards, it still has some incredible power. Honestly, I've always used to prefer Gogeta, though, in terms of just the raw character, not in terms of power level, mainly because his moves were always some of the most amazing things to see on screen. Don't get me wrong, Vegeta was amazing to see on screen as well. It was just something about Gogeta's outfit, his demeanor, everything was just no holds bar type of fighting, and I absolutely loved it. And his moveset, it was just something so unique, like the attacks that he would put out, and destroying like Spirit Breaker and all those things. I loved everything about this character, and Big Bang Kamehameha back in GT, that was just something else in the video games, and absolutely amazing. So that's my choice. I would still say that Gogeta is my favorite. He is my icon, and I mean, I would still say Vegito would win the fight, but let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Who do you guys prefer out of the two, Vegito or Gogeta, and do you see them taking on Whis in the future? And do you think that they're stronger than Beerus? I can't wait to see what you guys say. Let me know in the comment section below. This is Super Saiyan Paul. Make sure you guys smash that like button, subscribe, as well as turn on notifications. This way you guys can stay up to date on all the latest news, information, and announcements. And yeah, I'll be seeing you guys next time. Alright, take care. Peace.